Hi there and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. I am Byron and we have gotten lots of nice things here. What is new? Archdemon. In Darkness Eternal they searched for those who had goaded them on until at last they found their prize. Their god, their betrayer, the sleeping dragon Dumat, their taint twisted even the false god, and the whisper awoke at last in pain and horror and led them to wreak havoc upon all the nations of the world. The First Blight. Threnodies 8-7. The false dragon god of the Tevinter Imperium lie buried deep within the earth, where they have been imprisoned since the Maker cast them down. No one knows what it is that drives the Darkspawn in their relentless search for the sleeping old gods. Perhaps it is instinct, as moths will fly into torch flames. Perhaps there is some remnant of desire for vengeance upon the one who goaded the Magisters to assault heaven. Whatever the reasons, when Darkspawn find one of the ancient dragons, it is immediately afflicted by their taint. It awakens twisted and corrupted and leads the Darkspawn in a full-scale invasion of the land. A blight. Okay, so all we need to do is kill all 7 dragons and we're done. When the Imperium occupied the area that is present-day Ferelden, I'm sorry. They had 2 sites dedicated to magical experimentation at the extreme ends of the Imperial Highway. The southern one was the fortress of Ostagar, which looked out over the Kokari Wilds. The northern one was Eonar, although the exact location is now a secret known only to a handful of Templars. Whatever it was that Tevinter were trying to discover at Eonar, their work was never completed. The fortress was overrun by disciples of Andraste upon hearing the news of her death. According to legend, it was a massacre. Eerily silent, for the invaders caught the mages while all but one of them were on the fade. The site was left structurally sound but spiritually damaged. Possibly because of this, the Chantry chose to put it to use as a prison. Accused Maleficarum and apostates are held in the confines of Eonar. Those who have a powerful connection to the Fade, and particularly to demons, will inevitably attract something across the veil, making the guilty somewhat easier to tell from the innocent. The Tevinter Imperium. We already had that. But this one is new. The Kokari Wilds. It is said that in the midst of the Black Age, when werewolves stalked the land of Ferelden in numbers that kept every farmholder indoors and a hound at every doorstep, a powerful owl of the Almari people stood and declared that he would put an end to the threat. His owling stood on the border of the Dark Forest, the southern border of the Ferelden Valley, and he claimed that the werewolves used the forest to launch their midnight assaults on humanity. For 20 years this owl led an army of warriors and hounds deep into the forest. In his hunt for the werewolves he slew not only every wolf he came upon, but also every member of the chastened wilderfolk. Any one of them, he said, could harbor a demon inside and thus be a werewolf in disguise. For 20 years the forest rang with screams and the rivers ran red. The tales say that an old chastened woman found her sons all dead at the owl's blades. She pulled one of those very blades from her son's heart and plunged it into her own chest, cursing the owl's name as she did so. Where her blood touched the ground, a mist began to rise. It spread and spread until it was everywhere in the forest. The owl's army became lost, and it is said that they died there. Others say they wander still. The ruins of this howling stand to this day, filled with the ghosts of women waiting eternally for their husbands to return. The forest of the legend is, of course, the Kokari Wilds. There are as many legends about the great southern forest as there are shadows, or so the saying goes. The chastened wilder folk have made their home there since mankind first came to these lands, and the wildlands spread as far into the south as anyone has ventured. Beyond the mists are vast tracts of snow, white-capped mountains, and entire fields of ice. It is a land too cold for mankind to survive. Yet the chastened eke out an existence even there, and they tell of horrors beyond the wilds that the lowland folk could not begin to comprehend. To most, Ferelden simply ends with the Kokari Wilds. There's nothing beyond. The wilds is a land of green trees, wet marshes and dangerous monsters. What more need to be said? I don't know. Cut down the forest. Cut down the trees. See what's there. King Calen Theron. Son of the legendary king Merrick Theron, Calen was the first Ferelden king born into a land free from foreign rule in 2 generations. Since his father's death, he's held the throne alongside his queen Enora. So, like we got all of it now? No, there's more. Oh, this one. Logain MacTyr. It takes more than legends to win a battle. Logain was born a farmer during a time when his country was under foreign occupation. When he was still a boy, he joined the resistance, where his considerable tactical genius quickly became apparent. He became close friends with Prince Merrick, the last true heir to the Ferelden throne, and together they led the rebels to drive out the forces of the Orlesian Empire. Merrick raised his friend to the nobility, and Logain is now more of a symbol than a man. He represents the Ferelden ideals of hard work and independence. And I think I lost my stuff. Yep, I did. Not a biggie. We have lots of other stuffs. Boom. Very nice. So, King's Highway. Okay. I don't know. Let's start exploring.
The Tower of Ishal is off limits. The men stationed inside are securing it now.
What is the Tower of Ishal?
I think they used it once to watch for wilders coming out of the forest.
Why is the Tower off limits exactly?
By orders of Tairn Logain. The tower is being secured by his men to be used during battle. I'm told they discovered some lower chambers, and they don't know how far down they go, so for now, everyone's to stay out.
Lower chambers?
I didn't see anything like that when I was there, but who knows?
This is a pretty large ruin.
Goes back to the time of the Tevinter Imperium. Dwarven make. That's probably why it's still standing.
I should go.
Make her speed your steps.
So you won't let me through here. I understand.
Today, 2 units of men arrived every hour, and they expect to double that tomorrow. Still, the Tairn worries that may not be enough.
I mean, you could have a few mages. They are not good for crowd control and taking out the big ones. If you can keep them protected. Damn, this looks nice. I mean, all those ruins, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Lord of the Rings. Wasn't there an Ostagar in Lord of the Rings as well?
Make her watch over you, my lady.
Yeah, I think. On the other side of Minas Tirith, on the other side of the river. Hey, what's that? Elf fruit. This is locked. Yeah, I need a thief. Can somebody give me a rogue, please?
Make her watch over you, my lady. Make her watch over you, my lady.
You keep repeating yourselves.
Make her watch over you, my lady.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I like that. So, there's nothing to be had here. Let's cross the bridge then. Oh, This tree just appeared out of nowhere. Okay, they sort of blend in and out if they are like in the way or something. It's not like pop-in vegetation.
Make her watch over you, my lady.
Cool. I mean, it's a very good idea to give, you know, have those runes a little bit dinged up, a little damaged. Makes them look really old, but since they are still
Hail, you must be the Grey Warden recruit that Duncan brought.
it gives you an impression that this is really powerful. These were really powerful buildings, very good workmanship, maybe centuries old.
This place hasn't seen such bustle in centuries, I'll wager. Need a hand getting anywhere?
Where's Duncan's tent?
Not far. It's straight ahead, just past the royal encampment. Most of your fellas are in the valley with the army, but the recruits seem to be staying up here for now.
I'm looking for a Grey Warden named Alistair.
Try heading north. I think he was sent with a message to the mages.
Tell me about Ostagar.
Used to be a fortress long time ago, so I understand. Back in the days when the Wilders used to invade the lowlands. You were just on the eastern side of the ruin. The Tower of Ishal is there, but Tairn Logain's closed it off until the battle. This side is the King's camp. We've got the Grey Wardens here, the Circle of Magi, the Chantry. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting somebody important.
Cool. Is there anywhere to get supplies?
Quartermaster, he's just a bit to the northwest.
Where's the king?
Probably in his tent. He and Tairn Logain are on the southwest side of the camp. The king likes to spend time with his soldiers, though. Sometimes even without his bodyguards. Drives Tairn Logain wild, that does.
The Circle of Magi is here?
A few mages, yes. They even brought those creepy quiet fellows, the Tranquil. Gives me the shivers when they talk, all cold and even. They're to the north of here, bunched up with a herd of Templars glaring at them. Can't miss it.
Do I hear dogs barking?
This is Ferelden, isn't it? The king has his kennels on the west side of camp. Stinks from all the hounds. These aren't cute puppies, though. Some of those dogs bite the darkspawn and get too much of that blood in them. It's like poison. Slow, painful death. Terrible. Go on, then.
I'll be on my way.
Good luck to you, then.
Okay, we got some new information. Didn't we have that already? Representing the first point of encroachment by the ancient Tevinter Imperium into the barbarian lands of the southeast, the fortress of Ostagar was once one of the most important defensive holdings of the south of the Waking Sea. It stood at the edge of the Kokari Wilds, watching for any signs of invasion by the barbarians known today only as the Chastened Wilders. Straddling a narrow pass in the hills, the fortress needed to be bypassed to reach the further lowlands to the north, and proved to be exceedingly difficult for the Wilders to attack because of its naturally defensible position. Like most imperial holdings in the south, Ostagar was abandoned after Tevinter's collapse during the First Blight. It was successfully sacked by the Chastened Wilders, and then, as the Chastened threat dwindled following the creation of the modern Ferelden nation, fell to ruin completely. It has remained unmanned for 4 centuries, though most of the walls still stand, as does the tall Tower of Ishal, named after the great Archon that ordered its construction. Ostagar remains a testament to the magical power of the Imperium that created it. Okay, let's look around.
Greetings. King Kalen is not in his tent right now?
Tell me about the king. You must see him a lot.
I suppose I do, though he's spending most of his time with the Grey Wardens. He rides with them wherever they go, in fact. Tairn Logain sees the king whenever he can and argues with him over coming battles, but the king just waves him off. The king wants to end the Blight with a single huge battle the bards will sing of for centuries. Do you think that's possible?
We'll see it in the coming battle.
That's how the Tairn feels. He'll do what the king wants in the end, though. The king thought it was funny that Teyrn called him reckless, and they fought about the queen.
The queen?
She's the Teyrn's daughter. He wasn't happy about something she did or the king did, I'm not sure. I probably shouldn't discuss it.
I should go.
As you wish.
See, this is why we have our nice little skills here. Improve coercion. Nice to have. Logain's guard.
You approach the tent of Teyrn Logain. State your business.
Tell me about Teyrn Logain.
How can you not know of Logain? He helped free Ferelden. He was the brains behind King Maric's armies and drove out those damned Orlesians. King Maric rewarded him by making him a Teyrn. Can you imagine? A commoner became a high nobleman just like that. Without Logain, you can bet the king wouldn't be winning against these Darkspawn.
Is the Teyrn inside? What's he doing?
He's inside, but I don't think it's my place to discuss his activity.
I'm sure you can tell me a little about him.
I suppose, as long as we talk quietly. He and the king have been arguing for days. The Teyrn's known the king since he was swaddled, so they don't stand on ceremony. The Teyrn speaks his mind, and the king yells right back. Personally, I think the king should do what Teyrn Logain tells him. Without the Teyrn, we wouldn't be doing as well here as we are.
I would like an audience with the Teyrn, please.
I suppose you have a message for him. Hold on then.
Haha, amazing. No, I don't have a message.
Yes, what is it? Oh, you're Duncan's new Grey Warden, I assume.
Yes, I am.
Kaelin's fascination with the Wardens goes beyond the ordinary. Are you aware his father brought your order back to Ferelden?
No, I didn't know that.
Maric respected the Grey Wardens. They have an honored place in the hearts of our people. But Maric would have understood that it takes more than legends to win a battle. That's not an argument I'll repeat here. I hear you're from the Circle of Magi. First Enchanter spoke highly of you. A great achievement, for one so young. I don't suppose you'll be riding into the thick of battle with the rest of your fellows, will you?
I don't know.
If Kaelin has his way, you will. Now I must return to my task. Pray that our king proves amenable to wisdom, if you're the praying sort.
And if he doesn't?
Then simply pray.
Okay. King Maric Therin. It's difficult to separate the man from the myth. The last survivor of the bloodline of King Calenhard, the Silver Knight, Maric, drove the Orlesian forces from Ferelden's borders, reclaimed the throne, and freed our people from foreign tyranny. All true and all larger than life. He was born in hiding near Cathal's crossing to the rebel Queen Moria, and grew up in the rebel camps, an outlaw in his own country. When the rebel queen died, Maric inherited her homeless nobles, malcontents and displaced freeholders, and with the aid of his friend Logain MacTair built them into an army. After the pivotal battle of River Dane, Maric took the throne. He married Rowan, the daughter of Randor Gweren, Earl of Redcliffe, and began the long, slow process of rebuilding everything Olay had demolished during 70 years of occupation. Interesting. So, we have met Teyrn Logain now. What
Look
up?
carefully, man. This wretched thing is a Darkspawn. They're strong and cunning and smart, but don't listen to those old wives' tales. They can be killed. Stick them with your sword enough, and they go down. Their blood is black as sin and poisonous. Don't even touch it. You get tainted with that blood, and you may as well slit your throat. We've lost many dogs already. Had to muzzle them to keep them from biting. It's a long and painful way to die. Whoa, don't touch the carcass. We'll be burning it so it doesn't infect anything.
We're all going to get sick. That's what happens.
Blight, they say. Leave the Darkspawn in the forest, that's what I think.
How do you do?
Has it been getting colder? Every day seems colder.
Hail to you.
Well met, my lady.
Well, this is locked. Try to hit me, try to hit me. Better not.
There are lots of dogs here,
Ow.
different kinds. We're getting reports of things we've never even heard of. Our short friend here, for instance, is something called a genlog. They're pretty common in the Horde, but we've seen others much larger. We don't know where these new darkspawn are coming from, or what they can do. All I can say is to use caution. There aren't any we've seen that won't die once they bleed enough.
Okay.
This is supposed to be the battle that sends these darkspawn back underground. You believe that?
I don't know what to believe. We've won every battle, but there's more of them each time.
Makes you wonder if them Grey Wardens are right.
I don't want to think about that.
Sounds like the perfect time to get drunk, if you ask me. Good night for it, Warden.
What do these darkspawn want?
Actually, I'm
The
not.
last scouting party made it back last night. Barely.
What do you mean?
Only 2 of them made it, and one was minus a leg. Said they encountered some darkspawn that was 10 feet tall, with horns as long as your arm. The injured one died last night. They said his blood was already turning black.
Maker's breath. Where are they all coming from?
Oh, good God. By the way, I'm not a Grey Warden yet. Still need to do some kind of ritual first. Anyway, let's see. I don't really like all those locked chests.
Blessed are they who stand before the corrupt and the wicked, and do not falter. The wall before me is darkness, yet shall the Maker's light be my guide.
Well, if it helps, hey, what's that? A dagger. And a small metal shield. Nothing that a mage
Blessed are
would
they who
use.
stand before the corrupt and the wicked, and do not falter.
Can I jump down there? No. Good. That would suck. Oh yeah, I've lost a little magic now because I have the arcane shield up. Still, I like my arcane shield.
I want this nonsense talk stopped immediately. What are you writing?
So, what do we have here? Logan's tent, Duncan's fire.
You found our tent, I see. Is there something you need?
I have some questions.
Alistair can help you with those. I had hoped he would be back by now.
Ah, okay. No, I don't want a ritual to begin yet. I need to do some more exploring if you don't mind. This is a huge area.
Welcome to the King's Camp, my lady.
Oh, I can't get in there. That's the Kennel Master.
Death is no failure, my friends. Should it find you, you will not have failed your king. You will have served your Maker. Die in this battle, and when you stand before the Maker in the land beyond the Fade, he shall not find you wanting. Go not into death gladly, but with the knowledge that evil has been held at bay by your spilled blood. And if you go to stand beside the Maker, go with our blessing, for you shall not be forgotten. My friends, let us bow our heads and remember those who have fallen and those who have yet to fall.
You like that?
Aren't we receiving a large number of reinforcements from the Grey Wardens in Orlais soon?
I wouldn't know. What about you here? You seem to have a quest.
This isn't good. I'd hate to waste such a promising member of the breed. Are you the new warden? I could use some help.
What's the problem?
This is a Mabari, smart breed and strong. His owner died in the last battle, and the poor hound swallowed darkspawn blood. I have medicine that might help. I need him muzzled first.
Why do you think I could muzzle him?
You're a Grey Warden, or soon will be. All wardens are immune to the darkspawn taint. The most you have to worry about is some tooth marks.
Okay. Just how smart is this dog?
Centuries ago, a mage bred them to be smart and understand what they're told. They can remember and carry out complex orders. Most valuable dogs in the world. Trouble is, they generally imprint to one master. Re-imprinting them is very difficult. But without the medicine, re-imprinting won't be an issue. Will you help?
Could he be imprinted to me?
We can try, but first we need to muzzle and medicate him.
I'll give it a shot.
Go in the pen and let him smell you. We'll know right away if he'll respond. Let's hope this works. I'd really hate to have to put him down.
The dog looks up at you respectfully, backing down from his aggressive stance. You can see intelligence in his eyes, as well as a great deal of pain. The animal is very ill. We put the muzzle on the dog. The Mabari grows weakly but does not challenge you. After you are done, he whimpers plaintively.
Well done. Now I can treat the dog properly, poor fella. Come to think of it, are you heading into the wilds anytime soon?
I might be. Why?
There's a particular herb I could use to improve the dog's chances. It's a flower that grows in the swamps here, if I remember. If you happen across it, I could use it. It's very distinctive, all white, with a blood-red centre.
Where in the wilds would I find this flower?
It usually grows in dead wood that collects at the edge of ground pools. There'll be plenty this time of year.
I'll see if I can find one.
Good. In the meantime, I'll begin treating our poor friend.
Mabari Warhound. Dogs are an essential part of Ferelden culture, and no dog is more prized than the Mabari. The breed is as old as myth, said to have been bred from the wolves who served Dane. Prized for their intelligence and loyalty, these dogs are more than mere weapons or status symbols. The hounds choose their masters and pair with them for life. To be the master of a Mabari anywhere in Ferelden is to be recognized instantly as a person of worth. The Mabari are an essential part of Ferelden military strategy. Trained hounds can easily pull knights from horseback or break lines of pikemen, and the sight and sound of a wave of war dogs howling and snarling has been known to cause panic among even the most hardened infantry soldiers. And if you apparently have a new quest, the Kennel Master at the King's Camp has a Mabari, a hound bred for intelligence and combat ability. It has been poisoned by darkspawn blood. You have muzzled the hound, but the Kennel Master needs a flower that grows in the wilds to treat it properly. The flower is white with a red center. Okay, looking for flowers now. Well, shouldn't be no problem for April flowers, right?
You there, elf. What's your name?
It's Pick, sir.
Go tell Tern Logain that the war party's ready to begin scouting. We'll send word if we find anything amiss.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
If you have business with the Ash Warriors, I suggest you speak to our commander.
That would be him.
Maker's Breath, another elf. What do you want?
I happen to be a Grey Warden human, not some servant.
Congratulations. Not bad for an elf. Is there something you wanted? We have no time for idle chatter.
You don't look like the other soldiers in the army.
We aren't. We're Ash Warriors.
What's an Ash Warrior?
Our training has been passed down since Lathias the Dwarf Son first harnessed the battle rage of the dwarves. It is an old tale.
So what does an Ash Warrior do?
We harness the rage inside us, nurture it, and draw it out so we cannot fall in battle until our last foe is slain. It is a dwarven discipline, but we've adapted it to let us fight alongside our hounds. That is our way. I trust my hound with my life, as he trusts me with his.
Is a dog that good in combat?
A trained Mabari hound is as dangerous as any sword. We do not speak of a city pet, or those things that sit in an old woman's lap.
What are you preparing for?
To scout the wilds and watch the progression of the Darkspawn horde. With luck, we'll find and slaughter many stragglers. The hunt will be good if my hound survives the blood of his prey. If he dies, I shall mourn tonight.
Survives the blood? What do you mean?
Darkspawn blood is poisonous, but not always fatal. Those who survive grow immune to its effects. The wardens say the tainted blood drives even the survivors mad eventually. But not today. Today, we hunt and we kill.
Wouldn't it be smarter to leave your dogs behind?
They fight at our side. We don't fret over their safety as if they were children.
Why have you painted your dogs?
They use scent to distinguish us from our enemies. But the blood of battle can confuse them. So we paint ourselves with caddis, which overpowers the blood, and also paint our hounds so they know we are the same.
What if the enemy is painted with Cardis as well?
Why? Would you steal our caddis and give it to the Darkspawn hordes?
Absolutely not.
Good. I hear death is unpleasant.
But maybe they hear about your tactic and get some, you know.
My thanks. There is hunting to be done, and I'll not be kept from it.
I don't know. It's kind of risky to hang everything on just a little paint.
Welcome to the King's
Yeah,
camp, my
King's
lady.
Camp.
Hail. You're one of Duncan's new recruits, correct? I can't let you through to the Korkari Wilds until he gives the word.
Why not?
The Korkari Wilds is a dangerous place. More so now that it crawls with Darkspawn. They say the Great Blight began deep within its forests. One of our scouting patrols has been gone for 3 days. We're taking bets on who got them first, the Darkspawn or the Witches of the Wilds.
The Witches of the Wilds?
Oh, sure. There's an old legend in these parts about Flemeth, the apostate sorceress who conquered this area centuries ago. She united the chasing barbarians and invaded the farmlands. That's when the great hero, Cormac, destroyed her army with his. Took her head right off, so they say. Her daughters survived and became the Witches of the Wild. Tales tell of them plaguing this area since, mostly superstitions, stealing babies and spoiling milk.
And you think these witches exist?
Only when it's dark and the wind is bad. No doubt those patrols met some Darkspawn. That's enough for anyone to worry about. At any rate, that's why Duncan doesn't want you wandering out without his say-so.
Okay, so we will take a break here and continue in the next video. So thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye.